Okay, we're not the only ones wanting to have a new you in the new year. The new year also brings some new laws with it. So Mark Warren, John Mark Griffin are here to break it all down for us from Warren and Griffin. Y'all look nice and warm on this cold day.
Hey, ain't it good to be alive and be in Tennessee?
Yes,
Absolutely.
it is.
Love it.
Yes, it
Love
is.
it.
Unless we're not going to like these new laws. Are we going to like these new laws?
Some of these are tweaks on older laws. For example, there's a new penalty for driving distracted. As you remember,
As there should be.
As there should be. You know, back in 2009, when John Mark and I first started seeing the uptick in traffic accidents because people were texting, that was the advent of the iPhone. And they outlawed texting and driving in 2009. 10 years later, they passed a law that outlawed using your cell phone, period, in your car, you know, hands-free Tennessee. Now, the new law is adding additional penalties if you're caught distracted driving and not doing hands-free Tennessee. And it focuses on those individuals under 18 as a second offense. And so it's really focused on the young drivers and a second offense, where the first offense does not get their attention, which is 3 points. If you get hit with a second offense, it's 7 points.
But
that's a lot of points.
If you're 55 and you get caught, does it still apply to you? Or
no, it's under 18. That's a very good point. This is under 18.
As with a lot of laws, it's progressive. You know, in 2009 we started noticing this uptick. You know, we started really hammering away about no texting and driving, and
never text and drive days. As you remember, we had a whole show one time. Yeah, Miller Plaza, a whole hour. Yeah,
I was going to go there actually because one of the things we did during that hour was we went out with a state trooper.
Right.
And we did a drive around with him, and it was really and I've never forgotten this because I will admit I was the person who at the red light I would check my phone.
Right.
Well, not after I was with that state trooper.
Guilty.
Because I'm confessing my sin. But he was up high, and it was crazy because we would pull up to these red lights, and he'd say, "Watch, you're going to see about 2 or 3 cars," and sure enough.
So it's been a matter. It's been a progression. It went from in 2009 we started noticing this, and then the next thing was initially a secondary offense if you were texting and driving, meaning if they stopped you for something else, then you could get ticketed for that, and then it became a primary offense. And then, with hands-free driving came about. So it's been a progression. This is a natural kind of progression as to what can we do to further stem the distracted driving.
Distracted driving is so dangerous, though, as far as you take your eyes off the road for 5 seconds, you travel a football field, okay? I mean, it's actually, this is what blows my mind.
5 seconds is a long time,
Well, count, when you glance down at the red light, or wherever, it is 5 seconds before you read a text. But also, the stat that blows my mind is it's actually safer to drive intoxicated than it is to text and drive. It's safer.
Yeah, if you're drinking and driving, your reaction time is slowed by 13%. If you're texting and driving, your reaction time is slowed by 37%.
It's amazing. It's amazing,
wow.
And people still do it.
Is that because if you're drunk and you're driving, at least you're looking at the road?
At least you're looking at the road.
Your responses may be slowed, but if you're texting and driving, your eyes are off the road. I mean, you may not even be looking up for 2 or 3 seconds, depending on what you're texting. 7
points on your record if you're under 18 is big time, okay? 12 points, your license can be suspended for a year. Your points stay on your record for 2 years. So really, one incident involving speeding and texting or distracted driving, you can lose your license for a year. Now the consequences are increased insurance rates.
I was going to ask if they worked in conjunction.
Well, what we see is that your insurance rates go up 21% first ticket for texting and driving or distracted driving. If you get 2 of them, it goes up almost 42%.
Jiminy.
Yes, Jiminy Cricket.
That's
Mr.
my
Cricket.
word.
Yes, Jiminy.
Word of the day.
Jiminy Cricket.
I say that all the time.
And so, as lawyers, we look for, what's the unintended consequence of this? And the unintended consequence, if you can't afford car insurance because your rates have doubled, is you stop buying car insurance.
Well, okay, and that's a chronic problem in Tennessee.
Absolutely.
So is that one of the reasons why we are seeing more people not have car insurance?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, car insurance are on your budget. You're going to buy groceries, you're going to pay for the rent, you're going to pay heat, before you pay your monthly car insurance bill.
Yeah, but if your monthly car insurance is high because you've been busted texting and driving, that's not fair to the rest of us.
It is not.
Exactly.
And so what do we do to the rest of us?
What do we do?
Well, we have to shift. It's up to us now.
You should make sure that because of this unintended consequence, people should actually be purchasing with their insurance uninsured motorist coverage. It is relatively cheap, compared to the liability insurance. That way you're protected for the unintended consequence of people losing their insurance and license.
It's inexpensive. It's relatively inexpensive. It's a lot cheaper than normal insurance, and really in Tennessee with so many uninsured drivers, and if you're involved in a car accident with an uninsured driver, you're the one footing the bill for your medical bills, you're the one footing the bill for your car repairs, you're the one footing your bill, so it's smart. You're a bonehead if you don't have uninsured motorists.
Jiminy Cricket.
Jiminy Cricket bonehead.
And just for people that don't know, what the uninsured motorist coverage does is it steps in and covers for an accident as if the other driver had insurance. So it helps protect you for the damages that the other person may have caused where your liability insurance won't cover that.
Okay, I want to ask you a question that might sound tacky, but it's a practical question, I think. You're mentioning the teenagers and how they're kind of the ones targeted with these new laws. If you're the parent of even, let's just say, a college student, 18 and up, where technically they could be on their own.
Right.
And they have a car that, you have the car insurance on that. Should you put them on their own policy, and that way if something did happen, you're not liable?
If they can afford it,
but what
certainly.
If you pay it?
Well, if you pay, really, if the vehicle's in the 18-year-old's name, that's really the issue.
Doesn't matter who carries
I can insure
the
your
insurance.
car if you want me to.
Right.
So the question, but if you insured my car,
right?
I'm just purchasing the insurance.
It's just the insurance. It's a separate issue, right?
Yeah,
okay, so if you had the insurance on my car and I caused a wreck, they would not come after you?
No, I've just purchased the insurance.
No.
I have no.
Okay, well that was my question.
Yeah, that was it. So you're good. Now we're
I
not
was
offering.
asking for- I was asking
We're
for-
not
We're not offering that
We're
advice.
not offering that to purchase your insurance, but we love you and everything, Julie, but we're going to pass on that.
That's fine.
But
But
as
I have
far
a
as
clean driving
liability,
record.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure
The cleanest
you
thing
are.
is if you can separate those issues, then fine. If you can have a car in an 18-year-old's name in their own policy, that separates. Because you also have some concerns about who's not included on a policy that may be in the household or who may be excluded from a policy. So you need to make certain that you check with your agent to make certain if you have those policies that everybody's covered.
You also bring up a good point about your driving record. I mean, there could be mistakes on your driving record. I mean, there could be points on your driving record.
So check it.
So you should check your driving record.
Okay.
Now, it's not easy. You have to go online and request your driving record to be sent to you.
Okay.
So it's not just where you can go online and see how many points CMARC has.
So I'm going to have fun before my thoughts slip away.
Okay.
So we're going to keep on with the Jiminy Cricket thing. So
Okay.
give a little whistle to Warren and Griffin.
There you go. I love that.
And you
Way to
can
go.
download
You're a professional.
the Warren
You're a
and
pro.
Griffin app if you
Yes.
don't have it. Drive safely.
You love our app, don't you?
be distracted.
Yes.
And that goes for pedestrians too. Just
Absolutely.
being mindful of your surroundings
Absolutely.
always. Y'all stay warm, fellas.
You too.
Pete Bama.